Bewildered tourists were forced to make alternative plans.
We're hoping to go to Donegal on Thursday, and it's going to be very difficult to get there because the train goes to Sligo and not to Donegal.
Well, my name is Brinsley McNamara and welcome to the Weird Ireland podcast. Straight off the bat, I'm going to declare that no place name in Ireland is weird to the locals from that place. That said, there's no shortage of places in Ireland that folk from within and outside of Ireland don't get right the first time they're saying it. I, by the way, am notoriously bad at pronouncing place names in Ireland, as you might know if you've seen any of the Weird Ireland videos online. Fortunately, I've got Shaman O'Burke with me, who I have no doubt is a more capable speaker than myself. How are you getting on today, Shaman? Yeah, come in.
What am I saying here now?
How are you getting on today, Shaman?
I'm good, Brinsley.
Good to hear. And tell me, how much sleep did you get last night?
Not a whole lot. Dogs started barking at like 2 in the morning and couldn't get to sleep since. So I'm sitting in bed rotting, as they say.
Right, full
for
compliment.
Hours. Yeah.
All right, well, that's just as good because all you've got to do today is attempt to pronounce Irish place names, ones that are known to have difficulty either from people within or without of Ireland. There's ones that people who have never been to Ireland before will get wrong the first time they see it, but someone from here wouldn't typically get wrong. And then there's just tough ones out there. So how this episode's going to work is that I'm going to spell it out loud for you. I'm also going to write it down on a piece of paper for you so you can see it written down.
Yeah.
The listener's not going to be able to see that piece of paper, so if you look into the show notes, it'll be down there too, so you can follow along. Also, if that sounds really boring, I'm also going to go into a bit of the history and a little bit about each of these places, and there's some very interesting places and some very interesting stories behind them. By the way, the idea for this episode comes from the book Weird Ireland, An Unofficial Guide to the Island, my book that came out about 2 weeks ago. It's in the list part at the end of the book, but this is a more extended version. There's some more extra places in this one that's not in the book. There he is. There's Miles now. Where were you, Miles? Doing what? Oh, you were getting your manual handling pass.
I was, yeah.
Okay, well,
How did you wind up doing that today?
Because I was stuck on it from the social and it texted me yesterday saying there was a free slot this morning. I wanted to do it.
All right. Why were you out or what? Were you out?
Yeah, I was out late.
All right. We're recording, by the way, still. I had to take over production while you were away.
Yeah, I was in Dublin last night.
Oh, yeah, you were out last night. You were out by Curious.
I was, yeah.
How was it?
It was good. The 11 o'clock bus was cancelled, so we had to go home at 9 o'clock.
Oh.
So we got 4 songs in. We had to go then.
Well, you could have gotten the later one, the one at like midnight.
I was at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Did you bring your earphones at least?
I did, yeah.
Come on yourself.
I had everything there.
Okay, before we get going, by the way, I don't think I'll get another opportunity to answer this question. It's kind of most pertinent now, so I'm just going to run through this now. Shaman, tell me, 1 cat, 2...
3 cats.
3 cats, well, you skipped a number, but sure. 1 deer, 2...
3 deer.
3 deer. Why aren't you saying 2?
We said 1 deer, 2 deer.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, the question is about...
I'm pretty sure you did.
Okay, well, look, we'll run it back. But the question is about plurals. How do you pluralize things? 1 cat, 2 cats, 1 deer, 2 deer, 1 Taoiseach, 2...
Taoiseach.
Taoiseach. See, the unfortunate thing is we actually recorded this earlier was more of a surprise to you and it got deleted, so now it's not a surprise to you. How do you pluralize the word Taoiseach? Is it... what did you say?
It's Taoiseach.
Taoiseach.
So it's Taosigh.
Right, okay. But not Taoiseach, not Taoiseach, not Taoiseachs.
I'm pretty sure it's Taoiseach, yeah.
Okay, right. Look,
Well, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Look, we've been wrong many times. We'll be wrong again, but it's something to think about anyways.
Yeah. We love a bit of conjecture here.
Oh, no, big time, yeah. All right, I'm going to start you off with... I'll just get my paper right here. All right, I'm going to start you off with easy ones that I think you know the answer to, but let's just go for it anyways. Our first one is Meath.
Meath.
Say it again.
Meath.
Meath, okay.
Well, usually I pronounce it mead.
Mead? Like
Yeah,
with a D?
yeah.
Okay, this is all interesting.
But
so,
like that's just the way I say it. I know it is Meath.
Okay, so this is a county in Ireland. It gets called the Royal County. It is the towns of Navan is the county town. Also, it's Trim, Mathboy. It's a big place, stretches all the way from the sea to County Cavan and the outskirts of Dublin as well. A bunch of months ago, I put up on the Weird Ireland story on Instagram places that people get, place names in Ireland people get wrong. And somebody put in this county, Meath. Meath, by the way, is the way I say it. And I had to ask the person, when somebody says it wrong, how do they say it wrong? And they responded that they say it as if it rhymes with the word heath.
Yeah.
Meath. So it's actually funny, the last time I had you on, we had a bit of a spat because you said County Meath as well. And I was like, Meath?
Yeah.
So I thought I'd start you with that one. So, no, that's an easy one, but apparently Well, I don't know. Anyone out there telling me Meath, Mead, Meath? It's all small stuff. But we're starting off small with this.
It's fine as long as you know what you're talking about.
Okay, here's the second one. Howth.
Howth.
Howth. Okay, so Howth is a village on a peninsula near Dublin. Very interestingly, it was visited by the British King Henry IV in 1821, and now there's actually footprint engravings at Howth Harbour to mark this occasion. Once again, I put this on the story, and somebody responded with this, and I was like, if somebody says it wrong, how do they mispronounce it? How could you mispronounce
Howth or something?
Howth perfectly? Yeah. Howth. But that's never a mistake somebody from Ireland would make, I don't think.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done going easy on you.
Okay.
Well, it's starting to build up. Okay. We were actually at this place, all three of us, pretty recently. Rathcroghan.
Rathcroghan.
That's how you'd say it, Rathcroghan.
Rathcroghan.
That's it.
Rathcroghan.
Rathcroghan. Okay, you could say it that way.
Some people would say Rathcroghan or
Rathcroghan or Rathcroghan, either or, as far as I know. It's a complex of ancient sites in County Roscommon. You remember Onyegat, the caves and cats? It's Onyegat is part of this overall complex, historical complex. There's mounds there. There's lots of ancient sites there. So when I made a video about it back in February or January, and I mispronounced it Rathcroghan with a hard G. And I sure suffered for it in the comments and that kind of thing. It's, Rathcroghan or Rathcroghan, I think. I think Rathcroghan I've heard more. Rathcroghan should be okay too.
G's usually silent in Irish in these cases. So
this is an interesting part of the conversation. A G in the middle of a place name is oftentimes, more often than not, is silent. It's silent. So like the town in County Lough, Drogheda, right?
Yeah.
Could be mispronounced as Drogheda.
Yeah.
Pretty much never by somebody from here, but outside of Ireland, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Although, have you noticed it's not always the case?
I can't think of any examples.
Do you know, it's not a place name, but do you know the actor who's in, have you seen The Banshees of Inisherin?
Yeah.
Do you know the actor in it? He's pretty hip right now.
Barry Keoghan or Keoghan or...
Which one is it?
I think he says Keoghan.
He says Keoghan.
Yeah.
I instinctually said Keoghan as well, but he says Keoghan.
Yeah.
Also, we're in County Westmeath. What's the highest hill in County Westmeath?
Uisneach.
It's not Uisneach. It's not Uisneach. That is one of the hills in Westmeath.
I don't know then.
It's Mulligameen.
Oh yeah.
That could be pronounced as Mullahameen, no?
I was there in May or April, not on the hill, but the forest park thing there. I would have said Mullahameen.
It's Mulligameen.
Is it? Oh.
Well, everyone I've heard of is Mulligameen with a hard G. So, but that's more the exception. Typically, it's a soft G. Yeah. On the note of, what's the name of that hill that you thought was the highest hill?
Uisneach.
So I've got that down here too, not because there's any right or wrong way, but I go between saying Uisneach and Uisneach.
Uisneach, yeah.
Either or.
Yeah, it could be either of them. Like, I'm pretty sure I probably pronounce it both ways as well.
I probably do it both ways too.
Yeah,
I don't think there's, but it's either Uisneach or Uisneach. Nobody's very anal about that one.
Yeah.
But on that note, the hill of Uisneach is the, they call it the ceremonial centre of Ireland. Back in pre-Christian times, it's said to have had Bealtaine festivals atop the hill. And these days they have revived Bealtaine festivals up there too, the Festival of Fires at Uisneach. So that's actually covered another one later on. By the way, that one is Uisneach. But we skipped ahead there. All right, here's another one. This is one I got wrong for my entire life until a few years ago. Caher. It's a town in County Tipperary.
I'd say Caher.
That's what I said for my whole life. This is a bit of an infamous one in Ireland because people in Ireland get this wrong all the time until they're told otherwise. Caher.
Okay.
Caher.
Yeah.
Caher.
I can see that.
Yeah, I guess so too. It's an unusual one. So this town in County Tipperary has not Caher Castle, but Caher Castle in it, which was one of the filming locations of the 1990s children's TV show, The Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog. Do you know that one?
Oh, yeah. Irish Power Rangers.
Yeah, Irish Power Rangers, yeah. Is that an American show?
I don't know.
I presume so. I think it might be the same production company that made Power Rangers. I think I heard that somewhere.
It has to be.
It has. It's last time I looked, somebody uploaded every episode of The Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog to YouTube. So you can go on there and watch it all. Who knows? We might do an episode on that some other time. What do you think?
Definitely. Yeah.
All right. This next one is actually quite close to where we are right now, but this is one that I got wrong initially as well. Ballivor. It's a village in County Meath.
Ballivor.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah.
I got it. I used to get it wrong.
Yeah, because
I used to say Ballivor.
Oh, right, yeah, I can see why.
I was trying to get to Trim a few years ago, and I got a bus to Ballivor and actually hitched my way to Trim then from there. And I was telling my mum about it afterwards. And I told her my route, and I said, I got a bus to Ballivor. And she was like, where? And I was like, Ballivor. And then it's like, Ballivor.
Yeah.
But Ballivor to me seems like if, because we went to a Gael school, and so we don't have that much problem pronouncing Irish words. So to me, like, if I didn't know that that's how it's said, I would instinctively have said Ballivor.
Yeah, I mean, if there was an E at the end of it, then I'd probably be more inclined to Ballivor than Ballivor.
Fair. Have you ever heard of Hermann Gurtz?
I know the name.
Hermann Gurtz is, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's German. He was no word of a lie, he was a Second World War German spy who parachuted into the bog near Ballivor, into the bog around Ballivor in 1940, and his task was to rendezvous with the IRA to liaise with them for a plan for a potential invasion of Britain by Germany. He stayed in safe houses around Ireland, around Dublin primarily, for about a year and a bit. He was arrested in 1941. He was interned for the duration of the war in Ireland, and after the war he was to be deported to East Germany after the dividing of the country, and he killed himself before he could be deported.
Yeah, East Germany wouldn't be the best place to go. I'd rather be in the West after that. Neither would be good, but...
Well, he was completely convinced. He was deadly convinced of that position too. His body is now interred in the German Military Museum in Creagh, County Wicklow. Have you ever heard of the German Military Museum?
No.
No word of a lie. We might. I've never been there.
I'd go to that.
Yeah. I've never been there. It's I've never made a video there. It's included in the book, A Weird Ireland Unofficial Guide to the Island. But it's genuinely German POWs from both wars, primarily the Second World War, and some other people that died around the same periods too, were interred in the German Military Museum in Creagh, County Wicklow. To this day, the cemetery is maintained by a German war cemetery commission, and all the graves are written in German.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so no, we'll go there. I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
I'd love to see it. Yeah. All right, we're on to the next one now. This one's not that far from here either. It's a small town in County Cavan, Ballinagh.
It's like Ballinagh, but just spelt differently.
I suppose so, because it has the GH. Ballinagh would be like Ballinagh, and then there's a GH at the end of it, which typically would be a silent thing as well, you know.
Yeah.
I used to say it that way too. It gets mispronounced as Ballinagh, like the town in County Mayo. However, no word of a lie, as far as I've been told, you have to make the exaggerated N sound to say it, so it's not Ballinagh, it's Ballinagh.
All right. Very Cavan.
Yeah, you have to make an exaggerated
Ballinagh.
Yeah, you have to make an exaggerated noise to say it correctly. Yeah.
That'd be Cavan for you,
I suppose so. Yeah, it's if you were to drive from Mullingar to Cavan Town, you'd pass through Ballinagh.
Yeah.
Here is a top level one. You know, we may as well pepper these around the place. This is a holy well outside Ballinagh in County Roscommon. Saint something's well, and the saint's name is Faithleach well.
Faithleachs, is it?
Yeah, like it's like the possessive S. You know, it's this saint.
Saint Faithleach. Faithleach.
Say it again.
Faithleach.
So when I made a video with this place, this holy well, it's on the side of the road in County Roscommon. It's said to have a cure for stomach ulcers, and it's also said to have a cure for hay fever. The water of the well.
Nice.
I also got this wrong in the video. I pronounce it Saint Faithleach.
Yeah.
No word of a lie. I've been corrected in the video many times. It's Saint Faithleach. Saint Faithleach as well.
Oh yeah, TH silent Faithleach. Yeah.
That is oftentimes when I get picked up on my bad pronunciation in videos, they're like, "You're some kind of an idiot or something." But this one in particular and another one, people didn't mind at all because nobody who's not from the very local area is going to get that right, and they're aware of that. The next one is an interesting one because it's not quite to do with pronouncing it in the typical way as the other one. And it's an interesting name. It's a town in County Roscommon. Elphin.
Elphin.
Say it again?
Elphin.
Yeah, more or less. More or less. But no. See, this one, you did pronounce it correctly. But it's actually, and I made a video around there as well. And because there's a giant statue just outside this town and of an IRA memorial, and this is a huge statue. You can see it from ages away. So it's actually to do with the stress. It doesn't sound like it's like Elphin, not Elphin.
Oh, Elphin.
Yeah.
All right.
You have to pronounce it more so like it's two words. Elphin, like the Finn, whatever. You know.
What's the statue of?
The statue is a big. It's like 3 IRA fighters from the Revolutionary period. I'll get a video of it for you. I've got it on. I've got it on Weird Ireland. We'll pull it up there.
So it's like the first IRA. It's not the.
No, yeah, it's the first IRA. It's the Revolutionary period. It also has an 18th century windmill in it that's very charming looking, and seemingly the 18th century novelist Oliver Goldsmith, who wrote the novel The Vicar of Wakefield, was born there. Although there is some disagreement over that. Some people say he was born in Ballymaghan, County Longford, but there you go now. All right, we'll move on to the next one now. How do you find you're doing with these, by the way, Shaman?
Grand.
Yeah, I think you're doing good.
there's nothing to fail, so.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. This place is a townland in County Louth. It's at the sea. It's not a town itself. Dunany.
Dunany?
That's how I said it as well. There's
Dunany?
The second way you were closer. Say it again.
Dunany?
Yeah, that's definitely closer, and so it's a tricky one. So I made a video about this place because there's a chair there that gets called, depending on who you ask, the madman's chair, the mad woman's chair, or the madness chair. It's actually it's a big rock in the sea because this is right next to the sea. Yeah. And the legend goes that if you sit in this stone that's sort of shaped like a big chair, and you are mad, it will cure your madness. If you are sane, it will make you mad. And it's depending on the sea level, it can be easier or harder to find. And
I've seen you the video about that before. Yeah.
Depending on who. I actually got a bit of stick about that when I made it because I called it the madman's chair because the resources online I saw called it that. Some good resources too, and some people in the comments said it's the mad woman's chair, which if you look into like the original Irish name and some of the lore surrounding it, mad woman's chair does make more sense. And some other reputable sources pulled me up on that one as well. It's also mentioned in the book, and I think I just called it the madness chair just to avoid any confusion. So back to what this place is pronounced. So seemingly it's not Dunany, it's Dunany. Dunany.
All right, Dunany.
Dunany.
Yeah.
Dunany.
That one could be anything, really.
That one could be that one, but people did pick me up on it, and they're every right to. This next one is actually pretty close to where we are right now as well. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's a village in County Longford. Legan.
Legan.
Have you been there? Have you been there before?
No.
Good man yourself. Yeah, you got it right with the first two.
Yeah.
I made a video about this place. There's a grave there that's called the Stone Man of. I said the Stone Man of Legan. What?
Okay.
Yeah, I said the Stone Man of Legan.
Yeah.
It's a 17th century sarcophagus, and it's got an almost life-sized statue of a soldier lying on his side, but it's been decapitated and it's missing a leg as well. It really is something to see. It's free to see. It's open every day of the year. It's in an abandoned church there nearby. So I said the Stone Man of Legan, actually I didn't come to think of it. I didn't say the Stone Man of Legan. I actually already knew this one because it's close by. The Legan is incorrect. Legan or Legan are both good, but Legan isn't correct. Yeah. You got them. You nailed them both first time. Both pronunciations. Fair play. All right. The next one is not quite a town. It's primarily a cave. I made a video there as well. And it has two spellings, Kesh or Keash, caves.
Kesh. Keash.
So what was the third one?
Kesh, I don't know.
Kesh is right. Kesh is right. I said the Kesh caves. It's the Kesh caves.
Kesh.
There actually is a town in County Fermanagh, Kesh, that is Kesh. But no, if you look at the original Irish name for it, then it's clearly Kesh.
Okay.
But it looks like Kesh. So the Kesh caves, not the Kesh caves in County Sligo, are said to be that have myths going back to them that seemingly they're a gateway to the underworld. So does Onyagat, that has that myth as well, but there's a myth that the Kesh caves and Onyagat actually link up with each other somehow.
All right.
So yeah, that's a pretty neat one. I'm going to give you a little bit of a jokey one right now. Okay. I'm not even going to write it down for you because I'll just explain it to you. What's the name of the other biggest town in County Westmeath that's not the town we're in right now? Spelled Athlone.
Athlone.
Yeah, so this one's a bit of a joke because depending on how you say it, you might or may not pronounce the TH correctly or altogether.
Yeah.
I think you said Athlone kind of there.
Yeah.
I said, you could say Athlone.
Yeah.
Athlone.
Mm.
The same thing goes for Athenry.
Oh, yeah.
Athenry. That's a jokey one, really. Like,
Yeah.
this is, whatever.
I remember one time I was on the train down to Limerick with Andrew, and he pronounced, so he kept saying, "Oh, we're already in Athenry," and I was like, "It's Athenry."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Athenry.
Athenry.
Oh, brilliant. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Athenry. The town in County Galway, and Athlone, the town on the River Shannon in County Westmeath. That's home to Sean's Bar, the oldest bar in Ireland, maybe the world. Home to Athlone Castle as well. All right, the next one is a suburb of Cork City. I don't have too much to say about this place, so I'm just going to write it down and give you a go at it. Togher. It's a suburb of Cork City, just off the bypass.
Togher. Togher. Togher?
Yeah, a lot of people, that's one of the mispronunciations, Togher or Togher. Really, it's Togher.
Togher.
Right. Seemingly, that's what I've been told anyways. That's what I've been told. The next one is a lake. It's a lake in County Westmeath. I'm sure you've been there before. Lough Lene.
Lane.
Yep, come on yourself. So that is, because we're from here, you know it's Lough Lene. I've heard more than one person, and they are from here, call it Lough Lene.
Lough Lene.
Lough Lene.
Don't know now.
Yeah, I don't know. That's that never would have come to my mind. Only that I've heard a couple of people call it that, and they're not from here.
Yeah.
Let me just tell us a little bit about not Lough Lene, but Lough Lene. Lough Lene is a lake in County Westmeath, the Lake County, far from one of the biggest ones. It's near Collinstown, very close to Collinstown. Interestingly, do you know the Ceann Corla in the Dáil?
Yeah.
He on his desk he has a bell.
Yeah.
It's a replica bell of a bell that was found on Castle Island in Lough Lene in 1881. The original bell is now in the National Museum of Ireland, but a replica one of it is on the Ceann Corla's desk in the Dáil. Yeah, so there you
Is
go.
that when he's trying to shut people up?
I don't know if he bangs on that thing like a gavel, or if it's a symbolic thing. I'm not entirely sure myself, but there you go now. This one you should get. It's a seaside town in County Cork. Cobh.
See, you're right.
Okay, yeah. So if you're from Ireland, you wouldn't really get that one wrong. However, can you guess how somebody would mispronounce this place if they've never been?
Cobh.
There you go. Cobh. Yeah, just Cobh. Yeah.
Cobh.
We're going Cobh.
Cobh.
Yeah. Can you tell me, actually, as a little bit of a factoid, what's the former name of Cobh prior to independence in the 1920s?
No idea.
No idea.
No. Isn't that where the Titanic sailed from?
I believe so. Yeah, that was its final port of call.
Yeah.
Built in Belfast. I think it sailed to Liverpool and left very finally from Cobh. Yeah.
Was it one of those?
Wait, pardon me. Wait a second. It did not leave from Cobh. It wasn't called Cobh then. I'll tell you where it left from.
Yeah.
It left from Queenstown. Yeah, it left from the Titanic, the RMS Titanic, the one that the James Cameron movie's about, that sank after hitting an iceberg in 1912. Its final port of call was Cobh, back then called Queenstown. Can you tell me where there was also a Kingstown? Can you tell me where Kingstown was?
Was it treaty port as well?
It's a port. It's a port. I don't know if it's treaty port.
Waterford, Wexford.
Good guesses. Dunleary.
Dunleary
was Kingstown. Yeah. I didn't include Dunleary into this list, although Dunleary, if you're not from Ireland, is an really, really hard place to pronounce when you see it written down. And personally, I can't spell Dunleary because
neither can I.
I don't think anybody who's not from Dublin or from around there can actually spell it. I can't spell it. This is another one that was recommended to me. It's a town in County Clare. Killaloe. One word.
Killaloe.
Killaloe, yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, you got it right. How would somebody mispronounce that place?
Killaloe.
Perfect. You're nailing
the
this.
only reason I assumed that was Killaloe is because it's the loo bit at the end is the same as Ballymaloo, like the relish.
Oh, the Ballymaloo relish. Okay. No, you're figuring this game out fast. So, Killaloe, not Killaloe in County Clare, seemingly was effectively the capital of Ireland for a few years in the 11th century because it was the base of the High King of Ireland at the time, Brian Boru. I don't know if that's full-on history or if that's just how the story goes, but there is a Brian Boru's fort around there. We're coming to the end. We've only got 3 more left. This next one is a last name. We know people with this last name, but it's also a town. Pardon me, it's a parish in the counties of Galway and Roscommon. Creagh.
Creagh.
Right, okay.
Or like Creagh if it's the place name, or
Well, okay, so Creagh. So how would you say how would you say the last name?
Creagh.
And you presume that's also how you'd pronounce it as the parish.
Well, I'm not going to assume that because
You know
there's
how
probably a different pronunciation for it.
Yeah, it's mispronounced if you pronounce it like the last name Creagh. I will also say the last name Creagh, depending on some people where exactly you are, they pronounce it Creagh.
All right.
Yeah, the actual last name. If your name was like John Creagh, they'd say John Creagh.
Yeah.
Neither of those in this context are right. It's Creagh.
All right.
Creagh, yeah. This parish is called Creagh, not Creagh or Creagh. We're coming on to this is up there with St. Fawley as well. It's a doozy, this one. I hope you can read that all right. This is a village in County Offaly. Lemanaghan. One word.
Lemanaghan. Lemanaghan. I don't know.
Lemanaghan.
Yeah.
So that's your final answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I made a video on this place. There's a shrine of a Saint Mansion or Saint Mancon there. I'm not sure how to say that name either, to be honest. That's pretty cool there. And there's actually a local folklore around the place that apparently if you go to somebody's door there, this is not a big place, it's a small village, and knock on the door and ask for milk, they have to give it to you or something like that.
Let's go.
I know, let's go, let's roll. So when I made the video, I pronounced it as Lemanaghan.
Okay.
Lemanaghan. I was told afterwards it's actually Lemanaghan.
What? All right, okay, fair enough.
That's another one. Lemanaghan, County Offaly. I was
Spanish Monaghan.
Spanish Monaghan. Well, French. That'd be El Monaghan.
French Monaghan. El Monaghan.
So I got picked up when I made the video on that one a lot, but that's another one where people don't mind when you get it wrong because they know unless you're from the area you're going to get that one wrong. Yeah. On the note of like Spanish kind of sounding names like that, outside town here there's a big house called La Mancha, or do you know that one?
Where is that again?
It's on the Lynn Road on the way to it's before Bloomfield when you leave town.
Maybe there's a lot of big houses out there, so
this is like an old big house.
Okay.
So it's two words, La Mancha in Spanish, La Mancha, Lemancha. The people from here actually say it all differently. My mom calls it Lemanga. They don't say it like it's Spanish anyways. That actually means in Spanish the stain.
All right.
So I don't know why it's called that. No idea. Need to look into that one more. Okay, the next one is a little bit of a joke one, but it is important. It does come up all the time, and I'm curious to hear what your answer is. What is the name of the island we're on right now? Ireland.
Controversial one now. In the comment sections, you have an awful lot of people kicking off about that.
What's your answer, Jamie?
I don't know. Like some people say Ireland, some people say Ireland, some people have a real hard Ireland as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know what I say.
Say it. Just say it.
Ireland. I say Ireland. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. You say Ireland.
I say Ireland. Yeah.
But like, it doesn't seem to. Whether you say Ireland or Ireland, doesn't seem to really have a specific location. It kind of just depends on the person, really. When they pronounce it.
Somewhat.
Because like. Dubs say Ireland, I'm pretty sure.
Some if you're looking at some well-known content creators in Dublin with their particular accent, some people in the comment section will write Orland, Orland. To make fun of them. Yeah. And in my comment section, they'll often write Ireland, Ireland. Similarly, so no, there are slightly different pronunciations all over. No word of a lie. Before I heard otherwise this year when I was making Weird Ireland, I assumed that everyone in Ireland said it like Ireland, and I assumed that the only people that pronounced it Ireland were Americans. And then I started getting that in the comments section. Why am I saying it that way? And that's when I sat around to analyze everyone around me, like all my buddies, and to try and see, okay, what way does everybody say it? Because we're from the Midlands, maybe that's how they say it here. So it's actually less than 50% of the people I've observed around here say Ireland. In one comments thing, a guy, because people would often ask me, because I never used to declare where I'm from exactly in the country, and because I didn't want people to think I'd be showing favoritism to where I'm from, although I do anyways, Look, it's nearby, okay? And people would, at least one occasion, a guy asked, where are you from exactly? And I always say guess, and then I never say. And he responded, judging by how you say Ireland, the Midlands.
Yeah.
So maybe it is a bit more of a Midlands thing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really pay attention to it. It's not something I really care about. To be honest,
it's become a very important part of my life this last year, so I've had to put a lot of attention to it.
I've noticed some of the comments can be arseholes about it. Like,
yeah. On some occasions, if somebody asks, and it has happened, where's Ireland? I respond Wisconsin, because like they'll spell it or because there's a town in Wisconsin, Ireland.
Right, yeah.
I always get a good few likes for that.
Yeah.
Look, Shaman, that's the end of the list now. I hope you found that stimulating conversation.
That was good, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any other weird place names or stuff like that people mispronounce in Ireland yourself?
There was one I mentioned earlier on, Rathcroghan.
Rathcroghan.
Some people, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Some people say that.
That's like the focus. That's like a word stress or something like that, or syllable stress.
Is it?
It's where do you put the focus on it? Like, how do you? I can't think of the term for that now. I say Rathcroghan.
Yeah.
And you say
Rathcroghan.
Rathcroghan. Yeah, that syllable stress. Yeah.
That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head now. Sure, we can do this again. I'm sure there's hundreds of entries that could be put here. So. If
anybody out there hears this podcast and thinks of other ones, or if there's ones that I gave a seemingly correct answer but it's not really correct, you've other things to put in there, the DM on the socials or the email addresses in the show notes of this podcast episode. But look, for now, thanks, Shaman, for coming down for this conversation. I hope it woke you up a little bit.
Thanks for having me again, Brinsley.
No worries. Thanks, Miles, for eventually coming down to produce this episode.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah. And thank you, everybody, for listening. Thanks for listening, and see you somewhere else in the Weird Ireland podcast.